EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the world's steel capital in the city of bridges, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and Acrisure Stadium. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. On first down, right back to Etienne. And taken down just shy of the 40.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out. And they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 39, Lawrence.
Not the play I picked.
To eat this one as down he goes. Calling a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
Was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big time sack.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Torres. That 3rd down conversion, good for 23. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable. And sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Etienne up the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
Let me know when you're ready, bro.
They can't help you with your math. They can at least give you candy. Or just be like, this place helps. Reagan told me to hold on to it until Halloween and we'll have that. It's already open.
They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, Etienne once more. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the... Tomlin has reached for that red challenge flag, and he'll throw it out there. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back down and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The Steelers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener, and they were given a gift of 2 straight home games to start the campaign. Dropped one of them already. You have to figure a split of these two probably imperative.
And they did talk about that with us prior to the game, about how important it is to start the season 1-1, especially with 2 games.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd down, ETN once more. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just boom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them with no gain.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a 1st down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The officials letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the 1st quarter.
And able to use the stiff arm to gain leverage initially, but not much room thereafter. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
On the set.
Snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33. Second down and 8. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. We're scoreless after one. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements. Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play.
I got second place in the pick'ems.
Get your guys a little bit of contact and get things moving.
I don't have to pay $5 this week.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Well, there wasn't much there with that hitch route. They didn't gain what they expected. But sometimes when you call a hitch, you really don't have an alternate to go to. You don't have a second route to throw it to. So sometimes you have to rifle in there and hope for the best.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Pickett. Again, it's Johnson. And he's going to be a yard short. Needed 4, but got 3. They run forward with Harris, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, partner, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set. 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school,
And one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. Now a first down carry for Harris. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this head straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll let it fly for Austin. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coach some receivers in the offseason. We work a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. A handoff for Etienne. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On the double.
Play action. It's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Torres. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Now Lawrence.
What?
Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. If you're a lover of offense, this has not been the half for you thus far. Luckily for me, though, I'm sitting next to a lover of defense, and we have had plenty of that, including that interception.
Yeah, and I mean, that still makes it a great game, doesn't it? Everybody talks about if the ball's not in the end zone and points going up on the board, it's not as much fun. I love these defensive battles. Something's got to give with these turnovers. Who can convert them into points?
To throw again on 2nd down. Pickett. And did he get the feet down? No. They'll say he did not. It's incomplete.
That was a difficult catch, and I admire the fact that he actually caught the football, worked so hard to get his feet down in bounds, tried to do the toe tap, My dad's an accomplished tap dancer. I'm not sure he would have gotten his feet in on that one.
Is he really, by the way?
That he is.
How about that? What about young Davis?
No, it did not. It did not crush.
It didn't carry over.
No, it stopped right there.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. From the 10, first and goal. Pickett to throw on first down. And it's caught. A gain of 9 there. Sets up second and goal. They'll try to run with Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Najee Harris, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Here's Austin. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Final play of the first half. Here's Pickett. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. First and 10, here's Pickett. He'll let it fly for Austin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Lawrence to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Now Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Torres. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here we go!
Going for it, here's Etienne. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
On the ready.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On the counter, Etienne. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him. I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Another tote for Etienne. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Alex Highsmith there on the tackle. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence sliding out of the pocket. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that
first.
wasn't the first option.
No, he came off of that guy, the deep guy. He came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Lawrence going to fire it out wide, complete. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Caught out left side by Robinson. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
There certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So with a 4th and goal looming, we hit the end of 3 quarters of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go, gotta have it. Lawrence got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Luke Farrell, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jags are an extra point away from tying this game here on the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 23 yards the final tally. They'll try the right side with Harris. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 2nd and 9, Pickett. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade and Iwuke. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Jaguars have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 62 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now Pickett. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth.
Really?
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42. To the air on first down with Pickett. And this is going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Pickett back to throw. Out route, and he connects with Freiermuth. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Pickett to his tight end Freiermuth for the Steeler first. Pickett now on first down. Here's Freiermuth again.
Are you kidding me? Come on, man.
Touchdown. Pat Freiermuth, 30 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket, only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Lawrence to throw. Looking downfield for Jones. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Well, they took a shot there trying to get it downfield. 4th quarter tie game.
Tried to get it in one chunk, didn't they? Wanted to get into field goal range, as you noted, but good reactions back deep, forcing the incompletion.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now Austin. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Foyesade Oluokun came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Pickett now from the gun here. All tied up. Less than 2 minutes to go. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A give running right, Etienne. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Handoff running left is Etienne. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Lawrence. Wisely will throw that one away. I see you nodding your head up and down. That's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
So 3rd down, and a field goal from here will be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And how about this, a fake? And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. They've gone to the 4th up in Seattle. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They need to get this around the 40 on the other side to get into field goal range. Look at the clock, a decent amount of time here to tie game. What do they do?
No panic situation at all. They've got to get a couple of chunk plays, pick up nice bits of yardage.
Target the sidelines.
Target the sidelines because you want to get out of bounds and make sure that clock stops. Because if the clock stays running, that makes things that much tougher for you. It can always bleed out on you.
How about the call to come with the blitz there in this situation?
And some of those calls happen just because of what they do on offense. So when they send out a number of people in the pattern, sometimes they just make a change on defense, say, okay, we'll come after you instead. And that's exactly what they did.
They'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Second and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
So third down and a field goal from here would be right about 50 yards as they try to get closer. They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Boswell's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Here's Lawrence. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Probably time for 2 more shots, and ideally, they'd like to get the midfield or so they have a chance at a Hail Mary on the final play.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing now, Lawrence. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his hunt. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw, Lawrence. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how he stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Pittsburgh, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.